Hello my guys, it's Olga today with you, and in this video I want to talk about coronavirus because so many people ask me how the situation in Ukraine and there is no news about Ukraine and so on, so how the things from inside. So yeah, I feel this video again will be long, even I just want to give you the most interesting information. So the general information I will give you in the beginning, and then I will talk about my personal opinion so you can listen if it is interesting for you. So yeah, for now in Ukraine we have 17 cases of coronavirus, so it's not so much so bad like in other European countries, for example. And we have quarantine regime already, I guess something like 6 days. So first they closed all schools. I guess when we had only 3 cases, they closed all schools, all universities, and then they closed shops and restaurants. And then they stop accepting foreigners, and then they stop at all accepting any plane coming to Ukraine, even with Ukrainians only. It's like evacuation, so government is bringing Ukrainians from abroad, but just regular airlines are not flying to Ukraine. It's not allowed from I'm not really sure from which day, but some days back only they close it, and for 2 weeks. And also actually foreigners who are in Ukraine, they also cannot fly out. But they said even if your visa was expiring and you didn't get out because you cannot get out, it's fine. They will not put any fine, and this is okay. They will not consider that you're overstaying. Also they cancel all transportation between cities by buses, by train and so on, and at the end they cancel in Kiev, Dnipro and Kharkiv, they stop metro.
Как вы завтра будете на работу добираться?
Я работаю тут по месту.
То есть вы здесь и живете, работаете, да?
Ну, нас отправили с завтрашнего дня на дистанционное, так сказать...
На удаленке будете работать?
Да, на удаленке.
До 3 апреля, правильно?
До 3 апреля, да, включительно. То есть я здесь в районе работаю, мне проще, как говорится, есть наземный транспорт. То есть я на месте, как говорится. Как будут люди работать и как там у них ситуация, это уже сложнее.
Я считаю, что предприятия должны вообще-то закрывать тогда, если есть возможность.
А вам предложили уйти на удаленный способ работы или как-то?
Да, частично предприятие предложило удаленный способ работы. Кто не может, у нас служебный есть.
А как вы будете добираться там на работу, на учебу?
На маршрутках.
А если маршрутки не будут работать?
Пешком.
А вам далеко ехать?
Полгорода. Общественным транспортом верхним.
А если не будет верхнего общественного транспорта? Ведь такой вариант тоже может быть.
У меня на работе обещали организовать доставку.
Ну, я на работу уже не езжу, но мне надо ездить. Ну, где-то буду пешком. Где-то что это большая глупость.
Закрыть метро,
Метро большая глупость. Потому что в маршрутках будет вообще просто забито. В метро люди более свободно идут. Я вчера ездила в метро, я не могу сказать, что было забито. Было свободно. Нормально было, не было давки. А маршрутки друг на друга на голове сидят. Это такое...
Я считаю, что если они уже так решили, что в метро, то можно же было сделать с 6 до 8 или хотя бы до 9 утром и столько же вечером. Вот промежуток люди на работу, люди с работы.
А зачем? А чего днем люди не могут съездить? Днем вообще свободно.
Не, ну если не закрывать метро, то
для чего?
совсем...
Закрывать для того, чтобы не ездили. Не надо вдавливать, пусть себе едут. На работе могут придумать, что будут ходить не на 8, не на 9, а с 10 или с 11.
Как вы будете добираться до работы?
Трамваем, троллейбусом. А вообще я написала за свой отпуск до 3.
And yes, they allow buses only 10 people, and in buses only 10 people, and everybody must be in mask. And if you break these rules, you can pay fine about $800, and this is very big fine for Ukrainians because actually the salary for many people is something like $300, so it's more than 2 salaries. Also, if you are sick by coronavirus and you go with intention to infect other people, you can get prison up to 3 years, and if somebody died because of your actions, you can go to prison for 8 years. I'm not really sure how in practice it can work at all, how somebody, if you know that you are sick maybe, but if you have no idea that you are sick, and we have, I'm sure, so many people like that, how you can punish these people at all. Yeah, so it's actually all news which we have. I guess if you will talk, also Ukrainian consulates are not working now, so even if you are abroad and in your country situation somehow good, as I know, they don't accept any even visa applications, even for sure if you want to apply for summer or so, they don't accept. They are waiting when the things will finish, then they will start accepting people in embassies again and application to Ukraine. So that's all general news which we have. Now I will talk more about how the things from inside and what we have in Ukraine. So first, for example, about panic around toilet paper and macaroni. Many people ask about that, if people in Ukraine are getting crazy. I see in internet that really in some supermarkets, even in Kiev, really people are buying everything and the shelves is empty. But in reality, I didn't see that. The nearest supermarket next to me is actually very big and it's full of food. I don't know even what can happen that people really go and make the shelves empty, but it's full of food and I don't see any panic. Actually, people are very, very little. Even today I was the last time, the people was very, very little at all. So for today nothing is working. I don't remember if I told that shopping malls are not working and no shops are working at all, only pharmacies and food shops. So yes, the whole shopping mall shut down, only supermarket is working, and in supermarket today I find very few people and yes, I didn't see personally that somebody was buying so many of toilet paper or something like that. The reason, for example, I buy a little bit more recently just because I don't want to go very often to supermarket exactly if the situation will get worse. But yes, it's not to the level to get so much crazy about that, because anyway, we have in Kiev especially, we have so many supermarkets, we have so many shops, and I guess people are not going so much crazy. Now about metro, thanks God I have car, so I'm not using metro. I see cars also today on the street are very, very little, much less than before in a normal working day. But I didn't go out at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. in the morning when people are going to work, but I see pictures on internet again on social media that yes, the bus stops are crazy, because yes, you know, if in my native city like Khmelnytsky or any other regional center, you can stop any public transportation, you still in half an hour you can walk from any far point, actually at least to downtown you can walk. But in Kiev, I don't know, Kiev is so much huge that I feel so much sorry for people who really forced to go to work and they was using metro, because how else they can reach even downtown, I have no idea, because if they will walk it can take something like 2 or 3 hours maybe. So because it's a big distance, it's something like 30-40 kilometers sometimes, so I don't know really how people can do that, and even in buses and all that stuff. Another bad things about Ukraine, for sure, as always, as very expectable, we don't have masks, we don't have sanitizers, nothing is available. So yes, they said we force people to go to buses only in mask, and they said please, people are not going in mask. They said find me any pharmacy which have available masks. All already was exported outside before that things came to Ukraine. Our government didn't prevent any export from Ukraine, and now in Ukraine we don't have anything right now to find some mask or to find sanitizer. This is almost not possible. The next point which we have, why we have only 17 cases, because Ukraine buy only 900 tests, and for sure they are not testing everybody. They are testing very limited amount of people, and if they are mostly sure that you must be sick by coronavirus, they will test you. We have only we have one woman which died. She came from Poland. She was coming a few times to hospital, and but she didn't have fever. She didn't have these symptoms. She was having some problem with pressure and so on. And at the end, when they took her to hospital and she was already very bad, she died next day. And they make her test and they find that yes, she had coronavirus. And they start blaming her that yes, she wasn't very, you know, she was going out, she was going to church, and in Orthodox church people used to kiss a lot of icons after each other, so it's a very nice way to spread infection. And she was having gas at home and so on, and many people get sick after that. But yes, these people get sick, they got high temperature, they have all these things, but still this city, it's a Zhytomyr region, they don't have tests for coronavirus. So what they do, and these doctors who was with this woman also who was checking her before they know that she's sick, they said sit at home. Self-isolation. Safe-isolate yourself, sit at home, and that's all. And I'm not sure till now they check these people or not. And finally they check one guy who is in Kiev, and they found, yes, he's sick by coronavirus after, I don't know, something like 2 weeks. They check him after 2 weeks and they find that he has coronavirus. So yes, I'm sure we have much more sick people, but nobody checked them because we have only 900 tests. Ukraine claimed that soon we will get 1 million test systems, and as I know, this is the owner of Alibaba a website. He from China, he donated to Ukraine 1 million tests, so maybe now they will start checking, they will find out that we have much more sick people. But for now the situation is like that. As per panic, I'm not really sure, but I noticed that really much less people on the street, and much less cars on the street and so on, and many shops are closed, so actually there is nothing to go. And I guess this is good things, but bad point about Ukraine, in Ukrainian case exactly, that most of people don't have cars, and you know, when they close all transportation, when they close all this transport between cities, people simply they don't have way how to reach home, even because many people, they are not from Kiev, they was here because of something, and they cannot even return to home. And because the people, they close metro, also people don't have cars even to go out to work. It's not like we have cars but it's expensive, we don't want to spend money. No, it's not available, we don't have. Ukraine a poor nation in general, so I guess these people, they are in a very bad situation. I feel so much sorry for them, and I really don't know what they can do. But good thing about Ukraine that as I already showed you in many videos, that even in the very remote place of Kiev, at least in the place where you live, 5-10 minutes walk maximum, you will reach to any supermarket, you will have a pharmacy, you will have how to manage yourself, so it's not so much critical in this regard. But still, yeah, this is what we have for today. I didn't see panic, I didn't see people buying toilet paper, all that things I didn't notice. So yes, guys, write me in comments please how the situation in your cities, what's your attitude to this coronavirus, and I will be waiting for your comments. And for sure I wish everybody health, stay at home, be healthy, and that all these bad things get over you and didn't come to you at all. Okay guys, love you all, bye bye.